Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Setting up to throw, Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Flacco here on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Flacco. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are in for 6. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Prescott on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up.
Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000.
$41.6 million minus $200,000. That's a pretty good margin there.
That's a heck of a margin. Congratulations to J.J. Watt, his foundation, and to everyone who contributed to help out the people in Houston.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Let's go. Let's finish now. We're going 47, 47.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Steps away to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Hustle, hustle. Gun.
Prescott now on second down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? To the right side and complete to Hurst. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hurry up.
On second down, Flacco to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, 43 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now here come the Ravens. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Again, it's Collins. And some room to run now. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. Forced out to his, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go, get out, get out.
Again, it's Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Let's go, let's finish now.
Here's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, Stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Here's Collins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Passing play, Flacco. Crabtree has it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Flacco. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 33 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now come the Cowboys. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Flush to his right. Oh, hit as as he throws there, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Demarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Randy Gregory in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. It's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They run with Collins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Right back to him on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To pass, Flacco. And that is incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
47.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
2nd down, Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. 1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Malik Collins in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Flacco. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Gun. 26.
Prescott to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the Ravens taking the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A first throw for the backup Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Jackson. A dump off for Dixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Now Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And some room to maneuver. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. A right side catch by Crabtree. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They go to Elliott again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And what can Prescott do in the OT? But he's got it to Hearns. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Buying time to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.